So here in the Twin Cities, we have an electric car sharing service called Evie. And I was surprised to find that there doesn't seem to be any videos on YouTube of people actually driving these cars or using the service at all. So I've got my go-to card all set up with my Evie account, and there's a car charger just a few blocks away. So let's go check it out. All right, so away we go. Now, let me get going here. Now, what you didn't see is it did take me quite a while to actually find one. Normally there's a ton of cars at my local charger. There were a couple there, but they were both reserved. So I rode around a little bit. I found a few other cars also reserved, till I finally came across this one. So I guess the note would be, don't rely on the go-to card to just walk up to any car and tap on it and go. In fact, this car I tried to get in and it failed with the go-to card. So before you go to a car, I think it's worth just going on the app, looking where one is on the map, reserving it, and then you know when you get there it's not going to be taken. What? So just driving around, I mean, these cars are a ton of fun. Now, don't kid yourself, it's no Tesla. It's not gonna blow your mind with its speed, but it's quick. And it never gets old, putting it in sport mode and passing cars on the freeway. I just can't help but smile when driving one of these things. It's a lot more fun than a gas car. You can use CarPlay or Android Auto if you plug in with a wire. So that works just fine if you want navigation on your dashboard or whatever the case may be. But it's also worth noting that there, aside from the OnStar package, which is included here, there are no other like safety features you might expect on modern cars. So no lane keep assist, no adaptive cruise control, no blind spot monitoring. You do have a backup camera, of course. But coming from my Subaru, which has all those things, it is a little bit of getting used to have to remember that the car is not gonna keep you in the lane or keep you at the right speed in traffic. Now, my understanding is the 2023 model year of the Chevy Bolt has those things as standard. So in all likelihood, as these fleets are upgraded, we will see those features just as part of the base package. Now, a note on the pricing for these. It is actually pretty competitive. It's actually cheaper to rent one of these per minute than it is to rent one of the e-bikes or scooters in the city. So that's pretty good. But in the future, it would be nice if there was some kind of discounted rate while the car was parked and your trip was paused. Reason I say that is, with the bikes and scooters, you're usually just stopping in somewhere quick, running an errand. With this car, it would be nice if I could visit friends or family outside the Twin Cities and not be constantly thinking in the back of my head, oh, I'm spending all this money just having this car sitting there parked. Now, of course, it can't be too cheap. You don't want people taking these cars and keeping them all day long, but some kind of discount, I think, would really encourage more people to use these cars full-time rather than owning their own car. Now, I did the math, just kind of estimating my usage. And granted, I don't drive very much. I take my bike most places. But for the little bit that I do drive, I think that I would actually save quite a bit of money renting EVs all the time rather than owning my own car. All in all, it's a pretty convenient service. But do I think that electric car share is the future of travel within cities? Of course not. No, I mean, I think everybody knows at this point, more investment in public transit, better walking and cycling infrastructure, those are the ways that you actually make cities nice to get around in. But sometimes you do need a car, and it's certainly a lot cheaper to rent one for $15 an hour than it is to buy one for $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 and then pay to park it, and then pay to maintain it, and then pay for insurance. You get my point. All right, so made it back home. I was able to park at my local charger here, but I should note there was something I forgot to mention in the car. You don't have to park in a charging spot. In fact, you can park almost anywhere in the city for free. Now, there's exceptions to that, so check the map before you park somewhere. But I think that's pretty convenient too, to not have to pay for parking. So the trip in total was about an hour and a half, and I went about 30 miles just driving around, and it came out to $25. So again, pretty reasonable pricing. So I would say it's a pretty great service. And if you haven't yet, I would definitely recommend giving it a try. So if there's anything I forgot to mention or any questions you had, just leave them down in the comments. I'll do my best to answer what I can. And other than that, have a great day. I'll see ya.